Hello everyone and welcome back to Closet Gaming. So, the PlayStation and Xbox. Is the current generation and perhaps the next generation the last generation of consoles that will ever exist in hardware form? That is the question for today, and it all comes of an analyst who thinks that consoles are essentially a dying breed. So let's take a look at an article that comes from Gamerant, and it's titled Analyst, PS5 and Next Xbox will be the last consoles ever. So the article is coming from Dalton Cooper and is about an opinion of an analyst known as Cristiano Amon, who works for Qualcomm. And Mr. Amon thinks that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Next, whatever it will be called in reality, will be the last home video game console generation ever to exist. And his opinion is based on a very simple thing: cloud gaming, with the most notable example at this point being Google Stadia, then PlayStation Now, and a few other services that have not really picked up that much speed, but Google Stadia is really the big player. So let's take a look at what Mr. Amon is saying. There is no question, in our view, that the cloud is the new console. You're just going to start playing on any device, on any screen. That is going to be the future of gaming. And is he right? Perhaps. But it all depends on one single thing: 5G internet capabilities and how quickly that will spread among the world. Because right now, yes, a significant portion of the population, especially the gaming population, does live in areas that do provide a sufficient internet to use, for example, Google Stadia, as Google itself has stated that they require just 25 megabits per second to successfully function without any problems. But the question is, will that prove to be true? I do hope that it does prove true, because that would truly mean a revolution in gaming. It wouldn't mean just the end of consoles. For a large majority of people who consider them as gamers, it would also mean the end of PC gaming as we know it. Because if you can play for a good sum of money, which I would assume would probably be something between $10 and $20 per month, owning a computer doesn't really make sense. Nor a console, for that sake. Because let's just make a quick calculation. Let me actually open a calculator quickly. So, yeah. Here we have a calculator. And $20 per month, if we're going to be pessimistic, on a good PC gaming PC is probably around $500 to $1,000, depending on what you can actually afford. So let's say $750. Let me actually change that slightly. 500 divided by 20. That's 25 months. That's the cheap computer. For $750, I don't know why my 2 doesn't work. That's 37 months. That's 3 years worth of having a gaming PC. And 3 years, I think, is starting to be the limit for when you need to upgrade, even on a $750 computer. For a $1,000 computer, it's 50 months. That's more than 4 years. And those are all numbers where you're usually upgrading your computer. For a console, it is slightly different. The console, when it's new, let's say it's around $400. I think that's a fair price. But that's not all. You need to remember you're also paying a subscription fee to be able to have access to the service, which is usually around $10. Making the price of the Google Stadia for you just $10 essentially, if it's $20. Giving you 40 months worth of gaming before you actually start to benefit from owning your own console. That again, that's 3.25 years. And yes, consoles do last longer. Especially current gen has been here with us for a long ass time. So for console gamers, the value proposition is actually quite different. For PC gamers, I think Google Stadia will just so much take over the gaming world, it's not even going to be pretty. And well, we like to call ourselves the PC master race. And I love PC gaming compared to console gaming. Google Stadia just shows the potential for saving so much money that it's actually insane. Especially if they actually do it in a way where you're just paying $20 and you don't have to buy games. Because remember, you're not only buying a computer or a console, you're also buying the games. If you buy a subscription and you also get access to the games, that is just insane value. And all you need is either a TV or a monitor. And maybe some streaming device that is essentially super cheap, is going to be like $100 most likely. And yes, that will probably have to be accounted into it, making the real value proposition somewhere around 3 to 2 years for PCs and something along the lines of 1.5 or 2 years for a hardware console before you actually start to benefit from that. But again, if you are getting the games access, that changes the equation completely. So let's actually take a look at this a bit more. Is cloud gaming the future of gaming? And does that scare you? For me personally, I do believe that for a large portion of the population, cloud gaming will become what they will do. The minority of gamers will be using PCs. The minority of gamers will be using consoles. And consoles will very likely die very soon after. Because the amount of money that needs to be put in producing a console will not really be getting back from these companies. They will just rather have their own streaming device. That's probably what's going to happen. We're probably not going to have a 2 or 3, whether you want to count Nintendo in console manufacturer market. We're probably, I think we're going to get like 5 players on the streaming market. I'm pretty sure Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo will eventually join the market. Google has the technical skill, the money, and currently even the support from both the gamers and developers, I feel, to pull this off. And there will very likely be one more company that will join in, because the 4-way market is always weird. Usually you get an odd number of players on the market. Currently, the fact that we have 2 main console manufacturers and Nintendo is sort of screwing this up. But yeah, I really believe we will get 5 players on the market. I don't know who the 5th will be. Maybe it could be Amazon. Maybe it could be somebody completely new, just comes out with a great service. Everything is possible. The biggest question is, will they be able to get content for their streaming services? And what maybe will be sucky slightly is the fact that especially Microsoft and Sony will very likely be going for exclusives. I'm pretty sure that Nintendo will be playing sort of their own game with saying, yeah, we're not going to bother with the other guys. We have our own stuff. If you want to play Nintendo games, you have to play with us, as they have been doing for years, which I freaking hate because I would love to play their games, but I don't want to buy a console to play 4 games a year. It's not really my thing, though I may actually do it for Mario Builder 2. So who knows there. The question is then, do you want this? Do you want to stream games? Be sure to tell me in the comments because I really want to know. Do you prefer just being able to play on any device, or do you prefer having your own device? Either way, be sure to leave a comment with this opinion or any other opinion. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like if you feel like it, because I'm not going to force you to do it. Why would I do that? Either way, see you guys later with more gaming content.